Well, hello, hello, hello. I am working on making sure I'm live on all the correct places. Let's take a quick look. All right, looks like I'm live on YouTube. It looks like I'm online with Facebook and LinkedIn. Hey, good Wednesday afternoon or morning, depending on where you're coming in from. If you're just joining me for the first time, thank you. I'd love to hear from you. Just send me a note in the chat. Tell me something you're working on, something you're excited about, or feel free to ask any questions that I might be able to contribute to. Here's what I really love to do. I thought about a lot of people don't know all of my background, all of my story, or the different things that are going on in the world, but with me anyway. And so I thought I'd start today by just sharing a little bit about that, right? So I love to connect with and look for ways to inspire other people because it inspires me to see others around me achieving more than they thought possible. I am a Army veteran, and through those experiences as well as experiences before and after the military, I'm able to bring some insights to situations that that help me, think through new strategies with people, and I enjoy doing that. So, if you have a challenge or something you're working on, maybe you need some resources, or there's something else that I can offer. Maybe it's someone in my network or resources in my network. I'm happy to do that. So, if you have questions, I may not have the answers, but I will certainly contribute time, energy, and effort into helping you find those. And if it's just to say something you're working on, something you're excited about, I like to hear those things too. So I'm going to encourage you to share those in the chat. I do need to open my chat, I guess, to make sure I can see them. So let me find that really quickly. Here we go. Hey, Will, it's so good to see you, my friend. It's been a while. And it's been a while since I've done these daily lives, and I've just decided yesterday that I need to start doing them again because I need to I need to be connected with people in my life, new people, and I just enjoy those connections. So thanks for showing up, Will. Glad to see you. Hope things are going well for you, and I hope that you'll share something you're working on as well. So yesterday I shared this idea I want to talk a little bit more about today, and it's these 3 keys to sustainable growth, and that's in business, it's in life, it's the things that I found have helped me thrive, the things that I found have helped those around me thrive when we work together to look at the possibilities that exist. And it really is simple. It's the first. The first is to just connect with people. Connect with people. Look for ways to connect with them genuinely, not because you want to sell them something, not because you have something that will solve a problem for them. We're talking about that from a business perspective, of course. It's easier for me to talk about clearly, I guess, but just looking for genuine ways to connect with them. And the easiest way is to start by being curious about who they are, what they're doing, what excites them, what are their dreams, what are their passions, their goals. What are the challenges that come as a result? What are they doing now to pursue those things? Those are great ways to just start conversations with people and start learning about them and truly connecting with them with no other purpose in mind than to get to know them. And I think that has tremendous impact beyond that conversation. It starts building an active relationship with another person. When we feel cared about, when we feel invested in, it makes us want to share more, spend more time with that person, and whether that's business, whether that's personal, it doesn't really matter, depending on where your focus is at the time. If you're at a business networking event, it's really easy to establish that relationship. And Will's getting ready to share something with me, so I appreciate you contributing. Hey, Rich, good afternoon, man. Good to see you. Thanks for joining in. But yeah, the connection piece, right? I think the best way to build a sustainable long-term business and improve our lives is to truly focus on just connecting with people from a genuine place instead of worrying about creating new leads or generating new business, because the relationship itself will be valuable to you from a personal perspective and a professional growth perspective. But then when you can do that well, those people understand that, they see that, they are more willing to engage with you in a professional setting, a professional relationship. And if they aren't, or they don't have a need that is aligned with the work you're doing, they are more freely willing to support you by sending people your way when they come across a scenario or a situation that they know you could help with. And that, it doesn't matter if you're in IT, it doesn't matter if you're in coach, it doesn't matter what those pieces look like. When you do the work to establish that rapport and that relationship, that has tremendous long-term effects and impacts that are extremely valuable. So I shared that idea yesterday. The overall concept is to seek first to connect with people, to then come to that situation from a place of serving others, helping them. What is something that you can help them achieve, whether it's a resource, whether it's, offering to brainstorm with them or working through a challenge that they're facing. They just, if you serve them well, Zig Ziglar said it best, I think, is that you can get anything you want in this world if you help enough other people get what they want. So that's extremely important to me. It's an approach that I found extremely effective. But again, this is focused on long-term sustainable growth for your life and your business. And then to be clear on your offers and your ask is the third component. Just being clear on what it is you're asking people to do, and being clear on what it is you're offering them. That takes into account how much you charge. What does it look like to do business with you? And leading those conversations well. So those are the three keys that I feel like that I know are going to lead you to sustainable growth in whatever it is that you're doing. And I just want to encourage you today to just keep showing up and doing that. And Will says, let's see here. Let me go back to my comments. You've been on cruise control for retirement from the Army. I've been working on a business analyst internship for SkillBridge pre-transition. Awesome. Yeah, that's exciting, man. I'd love to hear more about how that's going for you. What lessons are you taking away? And where do you see yourself going with this as it pertains to the other areas of your life that I know you're pursuing more in? I'd love to hear from you. And it can be a private chat. That's fine. Also working on a business plan for an investment firm that starts with entering the local real estate market, getting your team together to sustain the local economy while maximizing your return on investment. Absolutely. My only question to you, Will, is why are you doing all of that? What's important about being able to do those things? And I'm not talking necessarily about knowing your why, although I absolutely support the concept and idea. I am genuinely curious. What is it that makes those things the important things for you to do? Yes, and you started a gaming stream, and I remember seeing your test for that. I haven't checked back in, but I'd also love you to tell me how that's going for you. So, hey, those are the things that I came here to share today. Certainly, if you have questions, I'll stick around and see what I can contribute. If you have other ideas that you'd like to chat about or share about, certainly that's why I'm here. And I mentioned yesterday, I'm going to throw it back out here again today. No, let me shift that for a second, because I'm going to share something that was an insight for me yesterday. Here's what I know to be true, is that there's a direct link between many of the veteran population and executives, people who are probably high performing, high achieving executives. And a lot of times it's actually veterans who have transitioned into those positions. Whether you work for yourself or you work for a corporate entity, you're a high performer, you're a high achiever. And I don't want people to lose sight of the things that are important. And here's kind of where I'm going, and what I mean by that is it's really easy to look back right now and think about the last however many years. Hey, Laura, thank you for joining us. It's easy to look back over my career and my life and say that I at somewhere along the line, I put my emphasis and my energy into achieving the next thing, uh, supporting the mission, supporting the orders that were issued to me in the military. Or if I swap that and look at it from an executive role or executive function perspective, the pursuit of the things that look like the right things to get to the next level often allow us to stray from who we were before we started. We lose touch at some point with the things that mean the most to us, the interests, the passions, the hobbies, the all the other things that other people have a tendency to talk about with a level of passion that I know from a veteran perspective, there's a lot of people that just can't connect to that. And it's because we lost sight at some point of who we are as people. And I wanted to remind you that, one, you're not alone in that thought process if that's you, but that it doesn't have to be like that. I think we need to consider how we might slow down, how we might consider doing less so that we can actually do more and achieve more. And if achieving more isn't just about getting to the next level of success, earning the next dollar, sometimes it means that achieving more is slowing down and recognizing that I need to spend more time focused on my physical. I need to spend more time focused on my spiritual. I need to spend more time focused on the other areas of my life that are going to truly allow me to enjoy where I'm at now. What all of the hard work that I put in to get here shouldn't go unrecognized. But if we continue to pursue it in the same fashion as we have, we will look back one day and ask the question, how did I get here? Who am I? And what happened? So don't lose sight of who you are. Do the work now to start getting back in touch. And one of the things I found to be helpful for me is really connecting with other people and being curious about them and what brings them joy, especially when it comes to hobbies, right? I love exploring, finding out what other people are doing for hobbies because I'm exploring what hobbies I want to explore more. So it's a lot of fun. And enjoy the process, right? We don't have to put aside the things that mean the most to us to achieve the next level of success. If you do that, the question becomes then, at what cost? So, all right. So Will shares, the internship is a safe option for making a living because I want to use my skills, but not for federal employment. Now that's interesting. I appreciate that you've shared that. And I would just invite you, Will, to take a moment to schedule some time with me. And you can do that easily by just going, well, you can send me a message or even a text, but I'd like to explore that thought with you for a minute because I think there may be some other viewpoints or insights that we could explore. And I don't know what the answers are, but if you're open to having a conversation about what that might look like, we could certainly do that. But talkwithdanw.com is how you might get on my calendar if you wanted to just schedule that. The investment firm is an inflation-resistant way for people I love and the community to improve. I love building, strengthening, connecting in community. So that resonates. There needs to be a judicious and skillful application of funds here, and the city isn't cutting it. Yeah. So here's the other thought I was having is I was talking about my experience as a veteran who's transitioned and how I see executives showing up that have sort of lost their way. In the insight there is really that there's not enough people challenging the way leaders are thinking. You know, as a high performer, that's probably part of the challenge is there's no one there to tell them no. There's no one there to challenge their thought process in a scenario. And I use senior leaders in the military as an example because I can speak very clearly to that as, you know, we do everything to roll out the red carpet and make the experience pristine and clean and unabrupted. And I don't even know if that's a word. I might have just made it up, but it doesn't matter. That's the experience that's being created. And think about what might change for them if they had someone to help help them balance out the things that they're doing and see reality in each of those scenarios by challenging the way they're thinking, by challenging the way those other leaders are thinking, that we don't have to roll out the red carpet and make it seem like we're ready to jump at every command, because they need that challenge. If they don't get it, they become lost in who they are and where they've that level of success that they've achieved, and to what cost. I'll go back to that statement. So, yeah, I did want to share, I am looking to help people upgrade their peer groups, so to speak, to steal a phrase from Cliff Ravenscraft as he started sharing about the benefits of a mastermind. And I do have a mastermind. It's a small group that meets regularly together to, contribute in harmony with each other. We're there to contribute to the success of every other person in that group. And so I'd love if anyone is exploring how they might connect with more people who are working towards common goals, so to speak, and you think that resonates with you, and you could benefit from gaining the insights and experience that others bring to the table. You don't yet have a place to go do that. You don't have your own board of directors. You don't have an advisor to you as the CEO. Then you might explore connecting with a peer group or a mastermind that is a good fit for you. In mine might not be a good fit for everybody, but I'd love to invite you to explore that. If you want to find out more, you can go to my website at danw.us and click on the Journey Mastermind link there at the top and read a little bit about it. If you fill out the application, we'll set up some time to talk and see if it's a good fit for you. So I'd love to invite a couple more people to join us there. I'm looking for 3 or 4, and then I'll cap the numbers between 10 and 12. But that's an open opportunity right now that I think is something I should be talking about. So there it is. Oh, Wayne, good to see you. I challenged the BG's line of thinking as an E5 and was punished with doing the job of an O4. Yes, that is one way to level up your responsibilities. And I would say, while that might be presented in a negative light, certainly could be looked at as a positive experience overall. I've also, realized that one of the things I am good at is challenging people's ways of thinking. And, you can do that respectfully. And that's, I just was sharing an experience I observed at 7-Eleven the other day. It was a lady that it just was belligerent and obnoxious to the cashiers because of a situation as she perceived it was not serving her specific needs at the time. And I was reminded that all they had to say was, you have the right to refuse service to anyone at any time for any reason. And as that situation unfolded, I kept going back to that thought. And it probably has nothing to do with what you've just shared, Wayne, and I don't know why I said it now. But either way, yes, it is fantastic. But you don't have to be, that's what it was. You don't have to be disrespectful in how you would do that. But I encourage people to challenge. And that's who I most enjoy working with, is people who aren't finding that challenge in the world around them. And I want to be there to challenge them in ways that other coaches are afraid to challenge them. I think that's what helps me stand apart from the other coaches out there, is that I'm not scared to say the things that you need to hear. I'm not scared to challenge your way of thinking to help you achieve the next level of success without sacrificing all of the things that are important to you. Because those things are important to me. It's important to me to see people being successful around me. It's important to me. It's rewarding to me when they're able to experience new levels of success without the sacrifice, without losing track of who they are in the process. So, hey, wow, I said much more than I came here to say today, but part of it is I felt like I needed to vent a little bit. Part of it is I wanted to share these keys to sustainable growth with you, and I just wanted to engage in some conversations. So it's really good to see you here, those of you that showed up, those of you that might be watching this on a replay. I'm grateful for each and every one of you. Will, it was great to see you. Wayne, always fantastic to talk to you. And Laura, thank you so much for joining. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday, And I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow.